Hello, I'm Gary Stearman, and this is Prophecy Watchers. On this program, we have a very special guest, indeed, and a good friend, Billy Crone. Welcome back.
Gary, hey, thanks for having me back, man. It's always a treat.
Now, we're going to talk about a new book that you've got going.
Yeah.
It's called, well, it has a key word in the title, Stargate. But that's for later. Right now, I just want to talk about our upcoming meeting. And one of our guest speakers, of course, will be Billy Crone.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
You know, you're always a speaker that people kind of wait for and say, but what's Billy going to be talking about? And you always bring something brand new.
Yes, absolutely. And trying to do the best I can to give a synopsis of the whole project. But yeah, Trump and the Stargate prophecies, again, we have it available in book, but as always, we typically also have available on DVD as well, documentary. Because again, as you know, a lot of material that we deal with, Gary, just if you verbalize it, people just like, man, are you sure that you didn't get that from wackyconspiracyguy.org? No, we share with you the actual video clips of the people making these actual statements, and of course, they're transcribed for the book. But this is the latest project that we're on as we continue to survey the scene as a watchman, what's going on in the world, what's going on in the United States. And believe it or not, there's a lot of things that President Trump is doing that's great, but there's decisions that he's making, whether he realizes it or not, that has everything to do with Bible prophecy. And we felt, you know what, we need to get people equipped on that. And that's the point, Gary. That is, if you read the Bible, what a concept. And if you study all of it, including Bible prophecy,
yes,
this is the only book on the planet that tells us in minute detail how the last days are going to play out. So really, if you stick to that and then you apply it to current events, you're going to confidently say, hey, this is where this is headed. Hey, we need to talk about that. And again, believe it or not, did you know that Bible prophecy did not stop just because Trump got into office? The problem is you got these dichotomies going on, and it's hard to even have a conversation about it. This one over here that thinks we're on a vacation doesn't want to listen to it. This one over here, they're so vitriol, they can't even, if you say anything positive about Trump, like, because I'm excited about some of the economic decisions he's making. Okay, I'll give him that. But if you say anything positive, they go nuts on you. But however, I do believe there are some things that he's doing that is ramping up Bible prophecy. And that's what we try is like, can we have a conversation about this? Can you stop calling me a heretic or a supporter of the Antichrist or a communist? Okay, and then can you stop acting like God's word stopped because Trump got into office? Can we have a biblical discussion on all things Trump that has to do with that? And so that's what we bring it out. And specifically, we called it Trump and the Stargate prophecies because this is all on the one decision to launch the AI Stargate program, his first day in office. And just that decision, whether he realizes it or not, is one of the biggest investments in many things that have to do with Bible prophecy. And that's with the Antichrist kingdom itself, the Big Brother system, the takeover of Big Pharma, Revelation 9 and things of that nature, and even a cashless society, the buying and selling. All that has to do with the Stargate AI program. And most people are clueless about it. So that's what we dive into.
Well, since most of us are clueless about it, let's talk about the Stargate AI program.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's heard about artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
To me, and I try to study the things that are going on these days, looking behind the scenes a little bit. But to me, AI perfectly plays into what we've all been talking about for decades, the Antichrist, because essentially he controls the world.
Right.
Everybody has speculated over the years how he does that.
Right.
And long before AI, by the way. And now suddenly AI pops up and everybody says, now we can see how he's going to do it.
Right.
And in fact, the precursors of what he's doing are in effect right now.
Well, exactly. And again, that's the logical conclusion that a lot of us have come to is, wait a second, in order to micromanage the planet, Revelation 13, including all the buying and selling, it's on a global basis. You can't hire enough people for that. We've had the computers, we've had microchips, we've had the economies tied together, all that. We've had that for quite a while. But how do you micromanage the whole economic system? How do you micromanage a Big Brother system where you know whether or not people obey, you know their location? This is on a global basis. You can't hire enough people. We've had the equipment, but we don't have the administration ability. Well, now you do with AI. And Trump's decision to launch this AI Stargate program I'm convinced, is going to help to get the job done, listen, for the Antichrist. And the reason why is because if people pay attention, and this is his first day in office, $500 billion investment into ramping up AI in the United States of America. That's what the Stargate program, Gary, that's $500 billion to hurry up and speed up the development of AI. And another thing that people don't realize is they think, well, that's just for America. No, it's not. Do the research. They are wanting to build these AI Stargate centers, the data centers, not just the United States. It's in print. They want to do them around the world. In fact, they've already started building the data centers around the world. So this is going to have global ramifications. But let me just give you a thing like we're talking about. Revelation 13 says the Antichrist is going to create basically a Big Brother society on a global basis, because it says there an order is going to be given. You need to worship the beast, right? And then it says for those who don't obey, if you don't worship, you're going to be killed. Now stop and think about that. It's a global order given out, and then, well, okay, we've had global communications for a while, whatever, but how do you know if somebody obeyed or not? And then how do you know their position, where they're at in the world, anywhere in the world? So believe it or not, the Stargate program is building that Big Brother society, not only for the United States, but around the world. Now, it's already well underway. You already have Big Brother CCTV cameras. You already have the biggest Big Brother listening, monitoring, and recording device all over the planet. It's called your cell phone. We also document how a lot of people are being duped into bringing the Big Brother scenario into your own home with all these AI convenience technologies, including Alexa and things, which is on tape. They're listening and recording to you and watching you.
I just have to back up
Yeah.
to what you called a phone.
Yeah.
You know, one of those things that you carry around with you. Only now it's called a device, and you can't count the applications that are running on your quote unquote device.
Right.
And the device, which we'll call our C phones,
Right.
we used to call them, well, we've had a number of names for them. I go back far enough that the phones used to come in a little zipper box, and you actually had a receiver in your hand when you were talking on the cellular phone.
Right.
We have fast forwarded to hundreds of devices that are now functioning at the waist level of every human being on planet Earth, just about. And I keep thinking to myself, something is going on that's huge. It's too huge for me to see in its entirety. And that's why you wrote this book.
Yeah, and Gary, that's what we're exposing. I'm convinced the Big Brother global structure, in order to literally micromanage the planet, including knowing anything and everything that people do, wherever they're at, anywhere at any time on the planet, it's being built, and AI is already managing that system, and this Stargate program is going to put it on steroids. And again, it's with the phones or the CCTV cameras, the devices you have in your home, including the security cameras. We even demonstrate, and again, we demonstrate with all this, that anybody can tap into your home security system, your home Alexa system, your home devices, and your cell phone, and they could listen, they could watch you in real time wherever you go. They admit they want to create what's called smart cities, where everything is completely monitored at all times, like a rat in a cage. So that's not a conspiracy theory. Then they're removing the human element from the police force. They're working towards not only the police themselves being monitored, which means they are also monitoring people with the body cams, again, which can be tapped into anywhere around the world. But they're making robot police and all that stuff. And then they admit, Gary, that they are using AI to tie in all these Big Brother devices, which, by the way, we also have a section on, did you know those smart TVs, they already admit that anywhere around the world, anybody with a smart TV, they can tap into that and watch and listen to you in your home through your smart TV. But here's my point. AI is taking all that surveillance that we have bought into our homes, allowed into our society, allowed into our police force, and listen to what it's already doing. It's called predictive policing. And AI is monitoring all that at 24/7 surveillance, whether people realize it or not. And now they're saying they will be able to predict crimes before they even happen. This is called predictive policing. Now you're going like, what's that sound like? Well, it sounds like that movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise, right? Now here's my whole point. You're going like, wow, that sounds pretty creepy. Yes, but what does that got to do with the Trump? Everything. And I quote, whether he realizes it or not, the 3 guys that he has running the Stargate AI program are involved in producing what I just talked about. I have Larry Ellison, he's one of them. He's the CEO of Oracle, which is a software company. The other guy is Sam Altman, heading up Stargate. He's the guy who heads up OpenAI. That's the AI aspect. And then you got the financier. It's a guy named Masayoshi Son, and he's the financier. But Larry Ellison on tape admits that he is creating that. He says on tape that they are going to use AI, and again, whether Trump gets it or not, they're going to use AI to monitor all people at all time, not just the police, but every person. You won't even need, everything's going to be automated. You won't even need police car chases because they're going to monitor you, chase you, watch you with drones. It'll all be, listen, in a seamless system where they will be able to predict crimes. There's your pre-crime, right? And where everybody will be monitored at all times. He admits it, Gary, on tape. And this is one of the 3 guys heading up this Stargate AI program.
We're listening to Billy Crone's research in action. Now, I've got the book in front of me, and a little later we'll tell you how you can get the book that details what he's talking about. Right now, I want to pause for just a moment, tell you how you can subscribe to our magazine, The Prophecy Watcher. Billy, you occasionally contribute to this, and we appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll be right back.
The world is unraveling right in front of us. Wars, pandemics, economic collapse, artificial intelligence, global surveillance. Things are changing quickly, but you don't have to be caught off guard. At Prophecy Watchers, we believe that God has called us to be a voice in these last days, to warn you of things to come, to educate you on the study of Bible prophecy, and to boldly proclaim the soon return of Jesus. Today, we're inviting you to be a part of our mission through our monthly publication. The Prophecy Watcher isn't just a magazine. It's your trusted news source for the end times, the place tens of thousands of people rely on for their end time news. For your gift of just $50 or more, here's what we'd love to send you. 12 monthly issues of our 4-color magazine, The Prophecy Watcher, in your choice of print or digital. Plus 5 bonus DVDs packed with eye-opening teachings from prophecy experts, including The Mystery of the Rapture, The Great Apostasy and the Revealing of the Antichrist, Holy Fire in Jerusalem, new shocking discoveries surrounding the Shroud of Turin, The Stones Cry Out, The Archaeological Evidence for Jesus, The Mystery of the 10 Kings. Could these be the wealthy and influential oligarchs who control our world today? As an added bonus, we want to send you a one-of-a-kind prophetic treasure, a book that examines every prophecy in the entire Bible. Exploring Bible prophecy from Genesis to Revelation is the work of 2 prophecy legends, Tim LaHaye and Ed Hindson. It's a book you'll find on the shelf of every prophecy expert. This 560-page masterpiece is our bonus gift to you. Every page of the Prophecy Watcher magazine is loaded with answers to the questions you've been asking. The rise of the Antichrist system, the Nephilim of Genesis 6, and the real reason for Noah's flood. The shocking truth about UFOs and government cover-ups. Jewish plans for the Third Temple. The World Economic Forum. The 2030 Global Reset and digital currency. The coming wars of Ezekiel 38 and 39. The Dead Sea Scrolls and their secrets to ancient prophecies. This $120 value can be yours for your gift of $50 with shipping included in the USA. Call us at the number on your screen or visit us online at prophecywatchers.tv. For our international friends, please note that additional shipping fees do apply and all prices listed are in US dollars. The signs are everywhere. The prophetic puzzle is almost complete. And yet, so many are still asleep. That's why the Prophecy Watchers exists, to shine a light in the darkness and help believers understand the lateness of the hour. We believe Jesus is coming soon, and your support helps us take this urgent message to the ends of the earth.
Well, here we are with Billy Crone, and he has just unloaded on us what may be in the very near future, and it is called control. And I think anybody who has studied prophecy for any time at all understands that there is a system coming that is bent on global control and the ultimate dictatorship commandeered by the man we've always called the Antichrist.
Yeah. Well, and again, we just finished talking about the Big Brother Society, but let me give you more, because that one decision to launch the Stargate AI program, $500 million, a $500 billion investment, Gary is going to launch another aspect of Bible prophecy, not just the Big Brother system, but the cashless society. And I remember when Trump first got in, and part of the campaign promises, he said he's going to outlaw CBDC, central bank digital currency. That's what the previous administration was pushing. And boy, all of us during that time, we were whistleblowers saying, don't do it, because if you go to a cashless society, it's the beginning of the end. They're going to monitor everything you do. There's not just anonymity in anything of your buying and selling. They'll control your buying and selling. They'll use that as leverage to shut your mouth, be compliant, do what we say, or we will turn off your money. Well, Trump said he's going to outlaw that. And everybody's like, yay, whatever, this is great, this is wonderful. Okay, now if he would have stopped there, that would have been great. He didn't. Trump then goes on and says he's going to make America the Bitcoin capital of the world. He's going to promote America as the leader in cryptocurrency. And I'm going like, okay, whoa, wait a second, dude. I'm not saying he's doing this on purpose, saying I'm going to help build the Antichrist kingdom. I don't know. I'm just saying that you basically went from one cashless society currency, CBDC, to a different cashless society currency, cryptocurrency. Can we talk about that? And again, this is the challenge today. You got these dichotomies going on. People you can't have a discussion with because, oh, you're voting for the Antichrist. You said something positive about Trump. Then you got these other guys like, don't tell me this because I'm on a vacation for the next 4 years. But that decision to launch America as the cryptocurrency is huge. And again, what does that got to do with AI? Because AI is already not only running the financial system, but with this Stargate program, it's going to put it on steroids, Gary. And we're talking not just in the United States, we're talking around the world. AI is already being used. People are already being conditioned, just like the Big Brother aspect, already being conditioned to allow AI to run your finances, your personal finances, your banking account, your system of that nature, your purchases, your buying and selling. They even have AI assistants that will help you make a decision to buy and sell. Everybody's getting used to that under the guise of convenience. But it's on a global basis. People don't realize AI is already running the global banks. AI is already running the stock market, right? All things finances, AI is already in the background, and this is going to put it on steroids, okay? Now, you're going like, well, that's an interesting theory, but you got to improve. Yes, again, who's the three guys running up the Stargate program? One of them I mentioned earlier was Sam Altman. Sam Altman, again, we have it on tape, admitted that AI is going to produce this global society, this global cashless economic system to the point where after AI decimates 50% of the jobs on the planet, which is another thing we deal with, then everybody on the planet will be given what's called a universal basic income. And AI will distribute that to you. Don't worry. We'll make sure that you still have money to buy and sell. He admits it, Gary, on tape. So again, these are not conspiracy theories. These are the people behind the system, and they have everything to do with what the Bible calls the Antichrist system that's going to appear in the 7-year tribulation. And this one decision from Trump on the Stargate program is going to help fulfill that system.
And the key word in the whole operation is control.
Yeah.
And you know, we are now into a complete profile controlled by a pseudo personality called AI, for want of a better term, artificial intelligence. But it seems much more sinister than that to me. It seems like there's some control system behind that that's making it operate in a certain direction. It's taking us to a certain goal that it frightens me when I think about it.
Yeah, well, and again, the Bible's the only book on the planet that tells you where that's coming from and what is the goal. And the goal is it's going to be used to run the back end of the Antichrist system. The Big Brother society, the cashless society, the buying and selling. You can't hire enough people, Gary, to do that logically. We've had the technology, we've had the equipment, but we haven't had the ability to administrate it on a global scale 24/7.
Right.
Well, now you can with AI. And that's not just a theory. Again, they're putting this into the system that we're talking about already. And again, this Stargate program is going to put it on steroids.
We're building new sources of electrical generation, new technologies, micronuclear generating stations. We are broadcasting, and we will be able to broadcast power on a global basis.
Yeah, well, and you know why they're doing that? It isn't so much primarily for us to have cheaper electricity. It's to power this global AI system.
AI needs power.
Big power. That's why they're investing in not just AI, but the energy and the databases that you need for AI. That's why it was a $500 million, a $500 billion investment. But let me give you one more real quick, Gary.
Okay, we've got just a second.
Yeah, there's another aspect we unload this, and it's also AI is being pitched to take over Big Pharma. Now, Big Pharma, we've already had the last administration nightmare scenarios with that. But again, AI is taking over even Big Pharma, the medical industry. And we're talking about not just development of new drugs, we're talking the administration aspect to where they will be able to manage whether or not you can see a doctor, whether or not you can get treatment. Everything right now in the medical community is being microchipped. Every piece of equipment, every transaction. They're also encouraging people to receive a microchip and make electronic payments. But here's my point. This is being expanded, and then guess who's running the back end of that system? AI. And then not only that, they're also talking about how AI, again, will decide whether or not you can get that treatment, whether it's worth spending the money on that treatment. They're removing the human element from that. AI will literally be the one giving you medical advice, and we're already seeing that. We saw that during the last administration. You have AI chatbots that give medical advice. You have an AI nurse, an AI doctor. In fact, now it's going, just like the police, it's going into robotics. You can get an AI doctor. You can get an AI surgeon that can perform surgery. So the human element is being removed. It's all being microchipped. And here's where I'm going. You talk about some leverage, Gary, in the 7-year tribulation. We know that that's going to be major mega atrocities, the seals, the trumpets. There's going to be people who need a lot of medical care during that time frame. Can you imagine the leverage you would have if you controlled that whole system? Wow. And then somebody says, hey man, that asteroid just slammed in the earth. I got a broken arm. Hey, no problem. Just take the mark. Hey, listen, man, I'm running short on my diabetes pills. Hey, no problem. Bow a knee. And you can see the leverage of this system. But here's my point. You're thinking, well, that's an interesting theory. It's not a theory. Again, Gary, I go back to the evidence. Larry Ellison, again, one of the 3 guys, he admits that this AI program is going to take over Big Pharma. And he says they're going to do wonderful things. It's going to control the whole medical community. No, it's not good.
Wow. I have to interrupt you because we've got to tell people how they can get your book. And we'll be right back after you see these messages.
Prophecy students have long warned of the world's march towards the Antichrist system of control. Once dismissed as science fiction, artificial intelligence has rapidly reshaped society, transforming banking, the stock market, and medicine at a speed few imagined. Talk of mass job loss, universal income, and AI-driven healthcare should raise concern. Though impressive, AI will one day empower the Antichrist's global system, controlling every person's ability to work, trade, or receive care. While President Trump seeks economic growth through a $500 billion AI Stargate plan, prophecy suggests a darker reality. Satan intends to corrupt humanity, echoing Genesis 6, but with modern technology. Billy Crone's new book, Trump and the Stargate Prophecies, explores AI's role in shaping the future. through facial recognition, invisible tattoos, a cashless society, and cryptocurrency. With medical knowledge doubling every 73 days, 2.4 million emails sent each second, and 3.5 billion daily internet searches, this explosive rise in knowledge echoes biblical prophecy. Billy's new book can be yours for your gift of $30 or more, with shipping included in the USA. The companion set of 5 DVDs is available for your gift of $50 or more. When you invest in both the book and the DVD and ask for the Billy Crone Stargate package, we'll include 2 fascinating DVDs from Billy Crone, Is Donald Trump the Antichrist? And Kill Gates and the End of Humanity. Call the toll-free number on your screen 24/7 or visit us online at prophecywatchers.tv. For our international friends, please note that additional shipping fees do apply and all prices listed are in US dollars. Prophecies written 2,500 years ago are unfolding. One day, all will be forced to take the Antichrist's mark on their hand or forehead, bringing eternal separation from God with no second chances. At Prophecy Watchers, we're not looking for the Antichrist, but for Jesus' soon return to rapture his church. Our prayer is that you know him personally. The only treasure we can take to heaven is our loved ones. So make today the day you invite Jesus into your life and secure your eternal future.
And we are back with Billy Crone. And Billy, we're talking about health, we're talking about wealth, and we're talking about control.
Right.
We're talking about those 3 things, basically.
Yeah. And those 3 things are, it's not coming, it's already happening. AI is going to control it for the first time in man's history on a global basis. And I'm telling you, this one decision, whether Trump understood it or not, is going to ramp that system on steroids. It's already happening. It's not just for the US, it's for the world. And we prove that by the 3 guys who are heading this up admit in other interviews that this is exactly what they're going to do.
We have technology right now that a lot of us don't even know about. The technology is absolutely moving at a rate that you can't even calculate.
Yeah.
And that is now augmented by artificial intelligence, which is inventing things that nobody ever even dreamed of.
Right.
So we're at the cusp of something very, very large. Mm-hmm. People who have been studying Bible prophecy are saying, we're there.
Yeah.
We've got just a few seconds.
Yeah, well, again, I'm just encouraging people, hey, let's just have a discussion. I'm not saying Trump is not doing some good things. I'm glad about the economic decisions. But can we talk about the other things that are going on that has everything to do with Bible prophecy? We're not on a vacation, and we need to continue to get equipped.
Billy Crone, thanks a lot. We always appreciate talking to Billy, and he's always researching. I'm Gary Stearman. Hey, you keep watching. We are.
Thank you so much for joining us today here at Prophecy Watchers. We hope today's program has strengthened your faith and given you a deeper understanding of God's prophetic word. As you may know, Prophecy Watchers is a viewer-supported ministry made possible through the faithful support of friends like you. You can give easily by visiting prophecywatchers.com.